Hi there, a warm welcome to you. Thank you for joining the live chat. Can you hear me, viewers? Thank you for responding with yes. Good to be with you this week's last live chat. Two important topics in this video, in this live chat. First one is from Tigray, and the second topic is from the Amhara region. It seems that especially in Tigray, we're seeing very rapid developments. I think next few weeks are very crucial for peace and stability in Tigray. And in Amhara too, we're seeing some parallel developments. So both regions are seeing some developments related to armed uprising. So we'll have a look at these developments in this live chat. Let me welcome the participants. First, we have Debbie Dobi, who commented at the start of the chat. Debbie Dobi is a new name for me, new screen name for me. Debbie, how long have you been watching my views and news? Yodite Fikade joined. Welcome, Yodite. Redemption here. Redemption says, hello, brother Sajid. How are you, Redemption? Lake Abaya joined too. How are you, Lake Abaya? T&O joined after some time. T&O has been a regular participant, a regular viewer of my views and news. I did not see him recently. Welcome back, TNO. Masfan K joined too. Masfan is also a regular participant. He has been a regular participant. How are you, Masfan? Sahara is a relatively new entry, Sahara, but I have been seeing Sahara in recent live chats. Welcome, Sahara. Sahara is from Western Ethiopia. Brilliant, join. Brilliant says, Skandar is in danger. What is your source? Well, I'll explain, Brilliant, after a few minutes. Mehari joined too. Welcome, Mehari. Mehari is from Tigray, but he's based abroad, watching my views and news for uh, several years. Since Tigray war, he's been watching my views. Horner K joined too. Welcome, Horner. Good to see you. By the way, viewers, tomorrow is very crucial. Monday, just a little off topic, but let me speak for a few minutes about tomorrow. Ethiopian health professionals are going to go on full strike starting from tomorrow. From Monday, they made this announcement that they'll go on full strike. So far, government is not giving in. These health professionals not showing any flexibility. Kabbe says no sound. I think mic is working fine. Can you hear me, viewers? Okay, Kabbe, problem is on your side. Abyssinia Daily, Muhammad Usman, Lake Ubaya says he's a regular viewer, first time joining live chat. He says, I see you getting frustrated by those who see you suspiciously for covering Horn of Africa politics, but you shouldn't waste your time responding. Thank you for your advice, Lake Abaya. Mickey Maraki says, I appreciate you, Sajid, for your understanding Ethiopia politics and Prosperity Party. I am your regular follower for the last 4 years. Thank you, Mickey Maraki, for showing this support. Dani and Kobe joined too. Says, not surprising, Vedi and Toro is also there. Where is Vedi and Toro? Z Selassie says, how are you? Your information is reliable and fact. Thank you, Z Selassie. Abede, Ajamo. Abasine says, talk about Skandar first. Okay, I'll talk about Skandar first. Average Dom joined. David Dave here. Jacob Jericho joined too. Zamir here. Isaias Abebe. Let me start here. Skandar. Why am I saying that Eskinder Nega is in danger? Let's start with this news story, then about TPF. Sora says, "Kaise ho Sajid bhai?" He's writing in Urdu. I'm fine, Sora. मैं ठीक हूँ. आप कैसे हो? The miss you kibrat hai. Let me start, viewers. Firstly, why Eskinder Nega is ended? Well, firstly, you know that Eskinder Nega group is being almost dismantled in Gondar, South Gondar, uh, parts of North Gondar too. Eskinder Nega group is totally being dismantled. The groups, Eskinder Nega group members are either joining the rival Fano group, AFNF, Amhara Fano National Force, or they're surrendering. Several have surrendered in the last few days. More are due to surrender. It seems Gondar is going to be cleared. There won't be any significant Skandanaga group presence in Gondar. Firstly, Gujam already clear. Zamine Kasi, Zinnabao, Sasmare, them, they cleared Gujam. They killed Skandanaga group members. They just kicked them out of Gujam. In Volo, Skandar group has limited presence in the home of Mohabao, Kanfantaon Mohabao. So Skandar is being restricted to Shoa only. And reportedly, those Fano commanders who are surrendering, who are laying down arms, who are part of Skandar group, but they're surrendering, they say that they received threats by other Fano groups. Other Fano groups made it clear to them that if they don't join them, they don't join rival Fano group, AFNF, they will face the consequences. They were in danger. They had two options, either to join Amhara Fano National Force, newly formed. Zamine Kasi, Mere Vuddajo, Dasalin, others are part of it. So either they had the option of joining AFNF. The second option for them was to surrender, to lay down arms. Whether they consulted Skandar or not, but most of them chose to lay down arms and join the government. Some who tried to join AFNF, reportedly they are being killed by Skandar group. The Skandar group does not want its fighters to join AFNF. So these Skandar group fighters, Amhara Fano people's army fighters, were in a very difficult position. They had to lay down arms. Skandar is also under threat. He's being told that it's better for him to join AFNF, Amhara Fano National Force, recently established. And if it does not join AFNF, other Fano groups could attack Skandar group. What will Skandar do? Will he join AFNF under pressure, or will he choose the path of laying down arms? That remains to be seen. Skandar's life is in danger because his group's members are being killed in Gondar, in Shoa, not in Shoa, in Gondar and Volo. In Shoa, he's relatively strong. That is why he's surviving. But the way his group is being dismantled in Gondar, I think soon we could see attacks on Skanda group in Shoa too. That is why I'm saying that he is in danger. What will he do remains to be seen. Other Fano groups are portraying the image of Skandar as if he's a traitor, as if he is collaborating with the government, as if he's a PP agent. If you ask me, Skandar chose the path of armed struggle when it was very difficult to pick up arms in the Amhara region. He was in the US. He was a message was sent to him by the government that he should not return to Ethiopia. He did not accept that message. He returned. He gave up political struggle. He took up arms. He joined Fano. Back then, Zameen Akasi was in prison. There were no major names in Fano back then. People like Mere Wadajo were double-minded. They did not know what will happen. Skandar joined Fano at a very difficult time. It was difficult back then to lead Fano, to be part of Fano. And the man risked his entire political career. He was leading a party, Balderas party. So he joined Fano, but immediately after he joined Fano, Ethiopian government released Zameen Akasi from prison. No one questions why was Zameen Akasi released from prison. He was released from prison to create divisions in Fano. He was released from prison to create a conflict between Zameen Akasi and Skandar. Skandar was leading Fano fighters in Gujjam in the absence of Zameen Akasi. Zameen Akasi was released. All the cases against him dropped. Charges dropped. He came out of prison and then he started fighting Skandar. He kicked Skandar out of Gujjam. So I personally think that Skandar's sacrifice for Fano should never be underestimated. He joined Fano at a very difficult time. He reorganized Fano. Zameen Akasi fighters were in a state of disarray. Zameen Akasi was in prison. Masre Shah was on the run. He was the one who led Zameen Akasi, Masre Shah, Fano groups in Gujjam, reorganized them, though he is not a military man. He is not a man known for having combat experience, but he had the commitment. He showed his commitment. Zameen Akasi did not tolerate him. He kicked him out of Gujjam. Yes, Skandar has been ambitious. He wanted to be the leader of all Fano groups. And when voting was held over a year ago, I think he got some votes. Some Fano commanders supported him. People like Zameen Akasi opposed him, and Skandar could not get acceptance from all Fano commanders as main Fano leader of all Fano groups. Zameen Akasi sees himself as the leader of all Fano groups. And I did a video a few days ago. I told you about Yel Taframamu. I said that Taframamu's name was floated to be the leader of all Fano groups. Zamine Kasi opposed. Gujjum Fano opposed. Gujjum Fano, led by Zamine Kasi, believes that the leader of the Fano should be from Gujjum. That he's the one who deserves. If you ask me, I think Skandar's sacrifice is greater than that of Zamine Kasi. Zamine Kasi was released from prison after a deal which he reached with the government. Skandar, his family is in the US. He could have lived abroad, but he returned to Ethiopia. He took up arms, he reorganized Fano, uh, and his commitment to Fano cannot be doubted. Uh, I raised questions when Zamine Kasi was released from prison. I said that release was the result of a deal. But people back then criticized me. I still believe that perhaps Skandar is more reliable than Zamine Kasi. And one last point before we move on to the next news story. I think that Zamine Kasi has more backing from abroad. Eritrea. The man has been in contact with Eritrea in the past. I know a little bit about his visits of Eritrea. I'll do a video, hopefully, in coming days. Skandar has not been in contact with Eritrea in the past. Vinakasi, other Fano commanders, they went to Eritrea in the past. They were trained there. Their people were trained there. So maybe Zabina is more acceptable to Eritrea than Skandar. Anyway, Skandar's life is in danger. He'll have to make some big decisions. He failed in organizing his Fano group in Gundar, in Shoa, in other parts of Amhara. He's been restricted to Shoa. What will he do? He is supported by Makatao. If Makatao joins AFNF, then Skandar will have no place, perhaps, in AFNF, in Shoa. Skandar needs to make some big decision, but the man is very committed. I don't think he'll easily give in. He'll fight. Let's see. Yeah, Sandar. I know Skandar and Makatao are allies, but the way pressure is building, we don't know what Makatao will decide. General Truth is asking question about TPLF. Let's restrict ourselves to the topic, General Truth. Sandro, I know that Makatao is very strong in Shoa, but Desalin has joined AFNF. Desalin is the deputy of Eseged Mekonnen, the commander who was arrested by security forces or who surrendered. Let's see, will there be peace between Desalin and Makatao? Will they be fighting? We'll have to wait to see. But I think AFNF has decided that it wants to create unity in Amhara by force. It will use force, I think. This group will use force against other Fano groups. Jacob Jericho says, what about the thing you mentioned on your previous video, breaking news you are working on? Yeah, I have almost done the work, but I'll do a video on that tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow. For the last 4 days, I've been working on it. I have almost confirmed it. Hopefully, I'll do a video on that tomorrow. Now, TPF viewers, Michael Production wants to know about TPF. Well, TPF is Tigray Peace Force. This is the name, this is the term being used by Tigray dissident fighters based in a far region, based in southern Tigray. A Tigray military commander has joined TPF. I did a video a few hours ago. I told you that hundreds of new Tigray youths have joined TPF in the last 2 weeks. Getachoreda's interviews, his leveling of allegations against Tigray military, TPLF, is leading to youths join TPF, Tigray Peace Force. Commander Daniel of Army 33 has joined TPF. I think he is from southern Tigray, though I could not confirm that. I'm working on it. But what I have learned so far is that Commander Daniel is from southern Tigray. TPF has released his pictures. He was seen with a TPF colonel. I think TPF needs a few big names, one or two big names. If one or two big names join TPLF, believe me, you could see hundreds or even thousands join TPF. Why? Because there is so much frustration in Tigray. Frustration is because of the war. War brought misery. It brought destruction in Tigray. Youths are fleeing. They don't know what to do in Tigray. I mean, there is no job, there is no employment, there is no business. There's so much uncertainty. They're fleeing. Whenever there is frustration in an area, in a society, that frustration can be exploited. TPF is paying salaries to Tigray fighters who are joining them. TPF is claiming to be working for change in Tigray. It is saying it is based in free land. It has lots of weapons, lots of money, backing of federal government. So it is going to attract Tigray youths. Yes, people are sick of the high-handedness, the dominance of TPLF in Tigray's politics. TPLF has been in Tigray for decades, and they're refusing to just make room for others to stand by them. Secondly, youths are frustrated with Tigray military too. They idolize Tigray military. They were part of Tigray military. They're still part of Tigray military, but now they know that this military, top tier of the military, is basically part of TPLF. They won't make any independent decisions. They'll always toe the line taken by TPLF. That is why there is frustration. These youths fought for change. They were given commitments and promises during the war that the war was for survival, that war was for self-defense, war was a better future. But now when war has ended, they are seeing the same people benefiting from this war who has been in power in Tigray for decades. That is why there is frustration. And this frustration can be exploited by TPF. If a few big names join TPF, Tigray Peace Force, you could see TPF turn into a formidable force. I think if TPF managed to have around 20, 30,000 fighters, believe me, that could be a big number, and Tigray military won't be able to control the situation. Jacob Jericho says, who do you think Joar is working with in Amhara? Joar had a long history with Skandar before even Zameen known in Amhara. Yeah, there was sort of bad blood between Joar and Skandar. Uh, Joar, oh, Joar never said that he supports Fano. He never said that he supports Ola. He always says that his struggle is peaceful, political struggle. So whoever he is working with, he will work in secret. I think that he wants to create a political upheaval in the country. He wants a street movement. He wants people to march against the government. But he would like Fano and Ola to support him by blocking roads, by announcing ban on transport, etc. But he will never publicly support Fano and Ola because his public position is that he is against armed struggle. But if you see his statements, he's not very critical of Ola, not critical of Fano. Whenever atrocities are committed by Fano and Ola, he's very restrained in his criticism of them. All day he criticized the government, the Prosperity Party, the militias. But whenever there is news about Fano, Ola uh, committing atrocities, he minces matters, you can say. Brilliant says Jawar is irrelevant at the moment. I don't agree, Brilliant. I think Jawar is very relevant. I've been saying that, by the way, for several months. People said Sajid Jawar is just a social media activist. I said, yes, he is busy on social media. He will have to come to Ethiopia, but people should not underestimate him. One day he'll have to return to Ethiopia, but he is preparing the ground for that. He wants conflict in Ethiopia so that when he returns, government won't be able to arrest him. He knows that if he enters Ethiopia today, he'll be put in prison. He wants to weaken the government through mobilization of the people, mobilization of communities and professional organizations, etc. And then he wants to return. Will he succeed? Let's see. Backfoot says, one last question. Backfoot says, do you think the mass surrender of armed forces will have a Sunny and Agasa type effect? No, I don't think so. This type of surrender is not like the one we saw in Amhara. In Oromia, Sunny was main Fano, main Ola commander. Very educated. He was leading central command. So Skandar so far has not surrendered. Commanders under him surrendering. And it's good for AFNF because now AFNF will have no real opposition. It will be able to make big decisions and implement them across Amhara. This is what AFNF does. AFNF wants. It wants these Skanda group fighters either to join them or to join the government. They don't want anyone in the name of Fano work outside AFNF. And they are, I think, getting what they want. So 32 minutes have passed. I think we should end the live chat. It was good to be with you. Uh, Tonight's chat was this week's last live chat. Now I'll be back on Friday to resume our 3 day a week live chats. Thank you for joining. I'll be back now on Friday. Stay in touch with me. If there is any suggestion, any information you want to share with me, do contact me through my Gmail, sajid67200 at the rate of gmail.com. Stay blessed. Bye bye.